Clock. I pledge I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. Roll call. Tanya. Here. Tom.
Here.
Jeremiah.
Present.
Lisa.
Here.
Lori. Here. Chuck.
Here.
Linda. Here. Any additions to the agenda?
Under the consent agenda, the resignation of Alexis Kraska, effective February 18, 2020.
Okay, so then I would need motion to accept the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Lori,
I'll second.
Chuck. Any further discussions? Any further discussions? Any discussions? We'll have a call vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The consent agenda, please take a look at those. Anybody want to pull anything off? Then I would need a motion to accept the consent agenda.
So moved.
Tom,
I'll second.
Lori, any further discussions? Any discussions? Any discussions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. I see no young people. I'm sorry, Lou.
Poor Alyssa. She's just a kid.
We all are. We all are. Okay. No guests on the list either, you said?
Who's on the guest list?
She's right on the thing.
She's on the
She's way down
agenda.
here on your
You're on
business.
Different agenda.
Oh, I'm on the agenda, not the consent agenda.
Yeah.
Okay, Lou, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have it.
You guys are done. Is this on? Yeah. So I am here for the outdoor rink. 4 years ago, we opened up the rink. We got $25,000 in funding to set up a rink. It's called an easy rink, and it was 200 by 100 feet. And it was set up at Soldiers Field. And we had a lovely warming house, or we have a lovely warming house there. And the city was really happy to get that back up and running again, even though Chad Basil said, hopefully you do all the work. Because before, when they had it over at the other, by the, what was that, waterworks down there? They had to use hoses, and then they had to stretch the hoses out, dry the hoses, and so it was a lot of work. This one, I was very lucky to have Harley Van Ruler for 3 years, and he created a Zamboni and went out there, and he actually zammed the ice with hot water and got it nice and smooth. He woke up and still wakes up 4:30 in the morning. Now he's in Morrison, not in Long Prairie. And he would be out there, it would be his baby. And so, but one of the issues that we had was that it is at this sloped, very gradual slope, but at one end, when it's 200 feet long, it's about 8 inches on one side and about 3 inches on the other side. And so that doesn't sound like a big problem because ice freezes, but if you put a bobcat on there to shovel it, it started to crack and break. And so we had one issue where the bobcat went off and it cracked the ice, and we had a lot of repairing to do. So 1 year, Kaiser came out and did a little bit of excavating, just a little bit to get it a little bit not as sloped, but it's still about 6 inches and 3 inches, 6 and 3. And the Hockey Association is now possibly going to be donating a Zamboni to us. And there are other costs involved. We have to extend the warming house possibly. But the Hockey Association has a lot of gambling right now, has 3 different gambling sites, and they have to spend their money by the end of the year. So they actually said they would allot some money to the outdoor rink. So, the man or the company that donated $15,000 for the actual rink, they're going to donate leveling. So you look into excavation. Excavation costs a lot of money, anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000, depending on what they do. And so I told this gentleman that we wanted to do this, and he said, last year it was pretty rough on that one side because he was the one that wanted 200 by 100. And I said, could we do a little bit shorter? I even had to call him and say, could we do it shorter? He said, yeah, that last end is really rough because it's so deep. And he said, I can come out there with my equipment and level it. And my husband's a surveyor, so he would donate his time and level it. But the school owns the property and has leased it to the city for $1. And so first step is to ask, because Soldiers Field is also, or was also, a softball field, a practice field. However, in the last 8 years, I've been told that there hasn't been any practice out there or softball played out there. Once, I think 2 years ago, there was a Dominican group and Puerto Ricans. They were out there and they were loud and loved it out there and had the lights on. But now they have moved to Lake Charlotte. And because they have the beach and they have shelters and everything. So my question is, would I be able to level it, not I, but the outdoor rink, be able to level it so that we could get it to the point where we can have maybe 3 inches straight through. And then the next step would be maybe we get boards, like real boards, set them up like in Sauk Center, and then they can't be taken down. Maybe even concrete for maybe a basketball net at one end, rollerblading with hockey sticks. We don't have to do pickleball anymore because they have them out of Lake Charlotte, so we're good there. And whatever you can do on a cement area. Or Chad just said today, Chad Basil, they have a lot of clay, and they could put it out there. It could be a clay field where the kids could play. Even if you did have boards up, you can play in that as well. Yeah. The soccer field I know is right next door. They don't usually play where the hockey or where the ODR is. I don't know why, but they steer clear of the baseball field or the softball field. So my question is, of the school, would it be permitted for the ODR to be leveled?
What kind of an agreement do we have with the school? I remember when you started ice skating down there, did we just tell you, go ahead, flood it and have at it, or?
The school, actually, I'm embarrassed. I had just had a conversation with Brad, and he said, actually, you're supposed to ask the school first. And I was like, really? The city never, we didn't talk to you guys at all. And it was just the city, because we lease it from you. We weren't doing anything, and is the city, does the city have the liability there?
Yeah, I got a whole harmless agreement.
Okay, so there's those, so they had the liability, and Ted Gray said, yeah, go for it. I mean, yeah.
I think that's all we do.
And we put up the sign, of course, skate at your own risk, with all the rules, and that was the first thing that got put up. And then they give us the warming house, and Chad's pretty happy because he actually doesn't do anything except for once in a while he'll brush the ice, and then they give us a blower to blow it off. And Jeff Keene, who does the Expo Arena, who's in charge of the ice there, he does the rest, and he tinkers with lots of different devices. And we just got we got enough I think we got $3,500. The Lions Club and ECP and American Legion gave us $3,500. And so we paid for an ice skate sharpener. And I sharpened 14 pairs, and Jeff Lucas came out one time and did 24. So we're done with all the ice skaters, the hockey skates. So this is one of the first steps towards betterment.
Is there somebody else at school that knows if we use that field for any ed or?
I mean, Brad said no.
By the city, it's the $1, like you said. So we own the land, but like the city's the one been using it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who holds the insurance for it? Do you know? Anybody know? If you're having people on it on ice, like Chuck said, we don't wanna have a liability with no insurance.
I thought it was the city because they lease it from the school.
Can we find that out?
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, I could find that
That's
out,
probably
yeah.
really
Yeah, because I think Ted researched it at that time because he didn't want to take on the responsibility of the I mean, he would have, the city has a liability insurance, and he said, just as long as you have the sign, just like the Water Tank Hill, they have, sled at your own risk kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess,
You
could definitely ask.
You're a skater or something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We had already had one, John Chase, unfortunately, took a tumble, and he, I think, tore his whole shoulder out. Yeah.
So I don't know, I think Chuck's right, we gotta figure out who's carrying the liability on the hill for sure, instead of guessing. If you lease if they lease it from us, are we responsible?
I believe the city would pay the insurance, but that's something that should be checked into, I agree, and then to make sure that there is no other uses happening on the rest of the field in the summer.
I don't think there is.
They're just,
And I believe you're right,
they're the soccer fields, yeah. Soccer field.
so,
Related in the same area, how many little other parcels of land does this actually own? Can I get an inventory of that somewhere? And if we're in the business of selling land like we're gonna do tonight, is that a possibility that we can sell that Soldiers Field? Do we want it? And what's the liability on it? Do we need it?
So we
It's
have,
condemned property.
so there's Soldiers Field, 3/4 of Harmony parking lot, the track, the elementary, high school grounds. And I'm not aware of owning anything over Gray Eagle, especially after tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna get rid of that last parcel tonight, that we
Yeah.
own over there, right?
Yeah,
Well, I can check into that, definitely. And I mean, we're not, the spring is when
Got a
we
building
would
with
have
a piece
to.
of real estate there,
I
right?
think if we postpone this until the next meeting, Lynn, that would be the March meeting, cause I know that if they're doing any contractor work, they're gonna wanna get it on their list to do, as soon, to fit into their schedules and stuff.
Well, this one is, just, he has bulldozers and things such as that, yeah.
But still, if
Yeah, it's not a
if they own them, they're using them. So,
So next meeting is February, is that what you were thinking?
yeah,
Okay,
if we can know,
Yep.
know the insurance question and,
find out if anything else happens at school that we don't know about.
right,
Are you skating there now yet?
Yes, unfortunately, because of the cold weather, we've closed it. I mean, people can skate if they have their own skates and they want to go out, but it has been minus 20, 30 below, and so
Get some warm weather.
we are going to get some warm weather. But I was very surprised this year. We started right before Christmas. This is the earliest we've ever done it, and it was just glorious. People were out there. It was so. They have the procedure down. I go and I say, "Hey, could you guys turn off the lights there?" And they know the switch, and they just love going. Bam! It's like Field of Dreams, out in the middle, and then the whole soccer team's out there one day. And then I said, and they share really well, because I thought there was going to be a big deal about hockey and the regular skaters, but they're pretty good, yeah. I've talked to mothers and they said, oh no, they were very polite with us, and very respectful, and stayed on that side, so. But I don't want to take too much time, but it's a great, after 4 years, we're finally
No.
reaping the benefits. People know about it, and they know how to turn the light on. They know how to lock it when they leave. And Ryan Hansen also helps us in the evening. He comes by, and his police officer turns it off at 10, latest 10. Yeah,
Very good.
yep, and locks it up.
Thank you for doing that for us. That's good.
Thank you.
So we're gonna table that till next meeting. Are you gonna find out about the insurance, or are we
I'll
going?
find out about the insurance, but
We should
I'll talk to
focus on
Brad
this.
about other activities. But he's the one that told me to come here.
Yep.
So he didn't mention that there was anything out there.
Maybe postpone. Postpone, we get down there later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Okay. We're short a lot of people tonight. Activities, Kelsey's busy over there. Any questions on her report? I see she's missing one coach yet, but she should be able to find that one.
I think we just hired a
I think Mitchell resigned though,
junior, I think, oh,
junior high baseball.
Yes, that was still a vacant position on our list of.
because they needed two, that's right.
Okay. Anything for community ed? His brochure is fat. Oh, lots of things there.
I'm just, Brad isn't here right now,
No,
but
he's helping
anyway.
over there because a lot
Okay,
of
but it
people will
was,
be sick
yeah,
or
it's
something.
really, it's quite impressive. I see we got one. I mean, they're offering a lot of things there. Question, how much gets canceled for lack of subscription, or do you have any idea? I mean, God, there's a lot of things there.
Not many things.
Not many, a few?
If they do, it's mostly the adult stuff.
Okay,
Like for example, on the last one, there was sewing class, for example, and I think they had 2 or 3 signed up, so then
So
they
they
didn't
canceled.
have it, yeah.
Something
But
very
not a
good
whole
there.
lot. I would say a whole lot, no. Yeah, and I don't think any of the kid ones do. Kid ones are up.
There's usually waiting lists for kid ones, aren't there?
Yep, some of
Yeah.
them,
Oh,
yep.
Yeah, quite often. And related to the community ed, as you guys know, that 21st Century Grant, we're not getting anymore. We still have targeted services, which provides some funding for some of our after-school programs, but for like extra academic support. But that means we'll be talking about scaling back what we have for summer school, because we don't have that extra funding, particularly for transportation for our summer programs. So we're not likely to be able to offer as robust, and it'll probably be a lot more skin and bones, so to speak. And what I mean by that is you probably won't have as much with the field trips and things like that. So we'll be talking about that internally. I figured I should bring that up because we don't have the same funding source, so we're gonna have to make some changes.
Is 21st Century ever going to come back?
It's, what we were technically told was that it's frozen, but we haven't gotten an update since then.
We can put some, we have some user fees on there if we don't wanna keep those pretty minimum, right? So,
Wasn't quite following that.
well, we do charge, I mean, some of those
Yes,
are, yeah,
yes.
but we can't go overboard on those.
Yeah. We are taking a look at voluntary pre-K slots again, so we'll see where that takes us.
Any other discussion on community ed? Technology, you're up, sir. Anything? He's a busy guy, I know he is. Ninja One, what a nice name for software.
Yeah, I know, right?
Explain to me a little bit about what that is.
It's going to, we don't have any monitoring software for all of our computers. Basically, we touch everything manually. So a lot of this we'll be able to make sure we have our updates. We can pull updates back if they, and that's happened in the past. Updates have come out and people can't print, so, we're still in the trial. We have our first, meeting on Wednesday, so we're gonna see how it's going. So far, it's pretty good.
Good.
So,
I could see how that's
Yep.
necessary.
I have a question. I saw that you were at the Kalahari, is that where they have the, like a yearly thing or
it's coming up,
biannual thing?
yes, it's not yet.
Oh, cause it was on our,
I have to register in
is that what
advance.
it is to register?
Yeah.
Does anybody go with you?
We share it with 3 other schools.
Okay,
So we
because from our
split.
school, like the younger, there's a younger person on the staff, or
Skylar.
newer.
Skylar is,
Skyland.
no, this is, some other schools. So the way that happens is Long Prairie, we've done this for years and years. We pay for everything and then Jenny sends a bill to the other schools and we split it by 4. So it's actually very inexpensive if you look at the costs later.
And it's just learning your position?
It's just for educational tech.
Okay,
It's a huge conference.
no, and, but the rest of the staff, and, cause do we have 3 people or 4 people in IT?
2 more.
2 more?
Yep.
And they never go?
Skylar, hasn't in the past. He's gone to the one in Alexandria and there's other local ones he does Skyward. So somebody's gotta stay back, to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between that and the one in Wisconsin?
Wisconsin's a lot bigger. So Alexandria is only 1 day.
Okay,
Yeah, and that one's in the summer every other year,
okay.
so.
I just thought I'd ask, cause I saw it on there and I thought, what happens at Wisconsin Dells?
Yeah. Yeah, it's, all the area schools around here go. It's a big conference.
Okay.
Yep. But if the bill looks big, it's because we share it. So,
And then we get reimbursed.
yep, mileage too, we split it by 4. So, yep.
Okay, sounds good. Just thought I'd ask.
Yep.
Thank you.
Anything else for Mitchell? Sherry? Anything for Sherry?
Grant.
Yep, we got the grant for the AEDs and things like that, so we're pretty excited to get some outdoor ones that will be away from the elements, and we'll be able to get them at the football field, maybe at the baseball field, and then have some for travel. When junior high might go to other schools that don't have, like they get sent to some of the smaller baseball fields, for example, that don't have their own AEDs, that they'll be able to travel with them as well, so. And then also beefing up you kind of saw Melissa's gonna beef up our training for our red team. The red team is, in each building, there is you're on it at the high school.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell a little more about what red team does.
Yeah, so the red team is made up of people that have an emergency background or have an interest in it or have a calm level head and have been CPR first aid certified. So basically, we're the team if there's an emergency in somewhere within either of the buildings, we're the ones that are called over the intercom. We typically bring the AEDs, we call 911, assess the situation, do those type of things, and provide whatever care we can provide on the ground, either until emergency services get here or a child is well enough to, or a staff member, it's well enough to be transported to the nurse's office, evaluated, parent, whatever, said next line of defense needs to happen.
They're the first responders to our building.
Yep.
Stabilize patient till medical services can be provided.
And it'll be, the AEDs that we're getting are like the best of the best right now. Some of the new ones that Melissa saw coming out, so they should last us for some time. Cause after a while, like some of our older ones that we put in, if they're discontinued, then you can't get the pads anymore, you can't get batteries for them anymore, stuff like that, so.
Kelsey, Sherry, Melissa, and I wrote the grant, and it's around $23,000.
good thing to have.
Will that cover the cost of them?
Yep.
All
Yes,
completely?
yep. We had to write specifics of
Okay.
what we wanted. We wrote specifics on how many people we needed trained. We wrote, and then it was a MDE grant, so we had to put it in the various like object codes and the UFARS codes so that they know exactly where we're spending it out of. So we had to put equipment in equipment, people in people, that kind of thing,
Okay.
so.
Thank you for doing that. Congratulations, we got it. Yahoo. That's good.
When Melissa went to the regional school nurse meeting, we were the only one in the region to have gotten the award.
Anything else for Sherry? Thank you, Sherry. I see we have health office report on there, but we don't have a health office thing on the board.
I'll kind of fill in a little bit there, because Melissa wants to do a health office report once in a while. But I did have something prepared in my report that I pulled out because I wasn't sure if she'd have it. But we have been reporting at least 10% of our students in the elementary out with illnesses. Not sure if we're still at that threshold. And the high school was at least, no, okay, a little bit under that. Our staff is under it, but you know, cold, flu, that sort of stuff, bugs going around. Fortunately, not hitting the staff as hard. So that's good, because the one year that we did have to do like an e-learning day, that was largely because we didn't have enough staff at that point because they were all ill.
That would be good if she would give us a little report like that. She's got a lot to do. Anything else?
Not on that
Okay.
one. I know she has a safety meeting later this week. Sherry does a lot on that too, and they continue to plan for wellness things. I know in the winter they did like the snowman and snowball with positivity. So they do some of those things.
Good. Cool. Principals. Okay, I've been dying. I didn't get to watch it on TV this afternoon. Who's Queen and King?
Aaron Nelson for King and Aubrey for Queen.
She was very shocked. I watched it. Her face was like, are you kidding? You know, like it was very nice to see like somebody like shocked like that and her reaction.
You know, what's nice about that, I was commenting to Tammy, I think it's a credit to our kids, and she brought that up too, is that these are kids that, it's kind of nice, I don't see the cliques. I mean, if you can remember back to the 80s, there were always cliques, it was kind of synonymous with the 80s, we don't have that. So what you're seeing when the kids get selected, it's happened several times over the years now, with both homecoming in with snow days week. The kids that are getting selected are not what people say, the most popular kids, they're just kids, they're good kids, they have good character. I'll put Mr. Nelson up on the pedestal, for instance. He has always got a smile on his face, happy-go-lucky, friendliest kid. I've never had, as one student that is always, I just can't speak highly enough of him. He's just a great kid, always in a pleasant mood every time you talk to him, he's got a smile on his face. And kids respond to that, and it's nice to see our kids responding to that, and that's character. And that says a lot about our kids choosing these kids to represent King and Queen. So hats off to both of them, really, so.
He had to be tired after his skit that he was doing.
No, he wasn't. He is an entertainer, he better go into that in life, he just loves that stuff, I appreciate it.
Anything else for our principals?
How is the attendance doing with the threat that we had come through town a couple weeks ago? Are we back to those kids returning to school, or?
I think it's getting better. It's hard to monitor right now because we have a lot of illness, and so it's kind of hard to differentiate, but
A couple Fridays ago, we had like at least 100 out in each building. he told me like 75, and I know the number was less in
Yeah.
elementary, so,
And I don't have it right off the top of my head.
yeah, I know it's less.
I think it's kind of, it's still there, but we're not seeing what we did last week, so I think whenever it's gonna ebb and flow, and Glad was good about keeping me abreast of what he's hearing on, from his conversations too, so. But there is illness going around, so it's hard to balance that out.
Hope it stays that way, calmer.
About the pillars,
Oh, I'll get to that, I have one other. I do want to commend our staff for being so supportive of our students and all of our families. We had a parent bring in treats for our whole staff because they just really appreciated it. So, anyway, so that says a lot for our staff. The pillars, we do want to recognize that our pillars of excellence from the Sourcewell nominations are for Karen Holt at the elementary and Jenny Ramos at the high school. And then the educators of excellence are Mary Susan McClosich and Ashley Pesta, so good. And they're all four very, very well deserved. We had the staff nominate people, and these four all received multiple nominations, so it's good choices and congratulations.
And Sourcewell provides a very nice dinner and recognition, and that's in, I think, May, if I remember
May
correctly.
6th,
May
yeah.
6th. So that's up in Bemidji.
No, I'm not going to.
Brainerd, Bemidji, both have Paul Bunyan, I mean,
They both start with B.
there you go.
Yeah, that's right.
I agree with you, Tammy, our staff is top notch, both buildings, absolutely. Anything else for our principals? You can tell Ms. Stoner, she did a nice job with that, those pictures, that's cool, and stories.
Staff is really good about getting those projects, and they post them, and this is just one example, because I got several of my staff doing that, and just brightens up the hallway, and, says a lot about what they're doing in the classroom. I got a lot of staff doing that, so that was just an example, so.
For sure. Anything else for the principals? Thank you. Round to the superintendent.
we had stakeholders last week, Chuck and Linda were there, had some good conversations regarding survey data from the strategic plan, a little bit of talk about comprehensive achievement and civic readiness goals. So it's good to have those conversations. Any questions on my information?
Anything? So you can read on there that we're getting, negotiations they're there, we're working on them.
They're moving forward slowly.
Yep, we are.
We're very, very close on the teacher one, but we have to make sure that all the i's are dotted and the t's are crossed.
Yep. Board highlights, people. I think the biggest one we just got was one act play. Way to go, team. Woo-hoo.
Yep.
Go on to section Saturday.
Saturday.
Woo-hoo.
This is Sheila, do you want to share a little bit of unique quality of that?
Yeah, so I talked to Cassie this morning because I was not aware that she wrote the play. And she said that she spent hours and hours and hours this summer going through different scripts, trying to find the right script for this cast, knowing who her seniors were and what caliber of acting she had coming in, and knowing that she wanted it to have a sense of humor and things like that, and could not find what she wanted. So she spent her own time this summer writing the play, and that the kids had the opportunity to perform. And what a gift to those kids because they really, really outperformed it. And so, just wanna make sure that she gets recognized too, because she never told me that. We've talked about this play a lot, and I had no idea. So I was so proud of her, and
She's just too humble.
she is
really
very
is.
humble. It was all about the kids every time I talked to her. In fact, even Saturday when she texted me after they won, it was all about the kids, and she still never mentioned it until Kelsey brought it up, and so she deserves a lot of honors too.
Good for her. Kudos for her.
Where are the sections for Winnack play held at?
I should know that, I know it's.
Sartell, somewhere in that area.
Okay, where they're held or if we can view them online would be
They probably online into the.
I would guess not being in sections, but.
Well, these are all copyrighted, or most of them are copyrighted, so they
Right.
can't.
Cassie and I did talk about hosting them here, as soon as we get our lights done, which is next week. Yeah, so she would like to do that.
If we can find out where they're being held, if we can get word out, if people wanna go and support them.
I will text her right now and find out.
Okay, sounds good. Any other board highlights? We went to MSBA. I thought the sessions were wonderful. Learned a lot, again, as always. Picked up a little bit of garbage in the vendor.
A few stress balls.
Just a couple of stress balls.
Pens, flashlights.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Flashlights.
Did you try a lot of food this year?
Yeah,
And I had to get it because I keep losing the flashlight.
Lisa took cards for the food vendors.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, we were impressed with two of them. One was still like the packaged, packaged things, the other ones were actually like homemade. The one that Sherry mentioned that time, Sherry, you mentioned.
Here.
They were one that was good. They had homemade, and so did another one, but I don't remember the name. You have the cards, I think.
Because we looked at quite a few too, tested a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we have to.
I went to the Minnesota paid leave, just seriously, because it's so new. It is so new and not well thought out at all. What a mess. What a money, eating mess. I don't know how is anybody in the entire state gonna do that? I mean, not just schools. I don't know how anybody's gonna manage it.
And we don't have say if somebody gets it or not.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, who thought of this?
It's
Who is-
done like unemployment.
Yep,
Whose non-brilliant idea to put that out there before they had it already though?
legislature.
That was crazy to listen to. And I was like, wow. And they admitted it was a mess. Big mess.
So kudos to Lori and Thomas, they were also recognized for getting their phase 1 training done in their first year. Kudos.
Phase 1, 2, 3, and 4, I think.
Tom got to dance on stage, that was kind of fun to see.
Yeah, that was nice, yeah. You didn't hear that, did you, Ashley? Good. Those guys were very good. Wow. Okay, anything else, board highlights? Okay, on to the next, unfinished business then. First thing is the school calendar for 26-7.
So let's talk about the parcel land since the Bergsteids are here.
There you go.
Thank you. We're patient otherwise.
We like to see our smiling.
I'll let you speak a little bit because you did all this hard work.
Guess I wasn't prepared to speak, but Julie and I bought a parcel of land in Birchdale Township. And as I went through the abstract for the property, if you're familiar with abstracts at all, it includes all the transactions of that piece of property through the years. And in the abstract, it has that the Schwankes, who we bought the property from, in their parents in 1964 purchased School District 32. District 32 is, if you go through the plat books, starting back in 1917, I think was the earliest I could find plat book, it's located in two different areas, which in my opinion represents a incorrect recording at the county of the legal description of District 32. But either way, in our abstract, it says District 32 was purchased by the Schwankes. We purchased the Schwankes real estate. And so arguably, we have some ownership of District 32. However, the school district of Long Prairie acquired it when they acquired the Gray Eagle School District. And therefore, and you guys have been, I don't think you actually pay taxes, you pay what's called an environmental fee or something like that on property that you own. So you've been paying that and it's been in your name on tax rolls. We're left with, so my goal is simply to clean it up. It is a piece of property that really has little or no value. I think I brought a map of it along, or an overhead of it along. So our options are, option number one is to come here and purchase it. Option number two is to do nothing and wait until you guys try and dispatch it and then say, hey, I think we own that, and let you do the legal fees and the legal dance and figure out who does actually own it and clean up the title on it. Option number three is to hire an attorney and do that ourselves right now. At the value of the piece of property, I thought the easiest and simplest way was to just purchase it. So that's what we're here for. I've had conversations with the district office and it seems you guys are amicable with that, and so that's what brings us here. That's my story.
Is there anything on that property? I'm guessing like an old building that's.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So,
Do you see where the roads intersect?
Yeah.
It's 1 acre right where all the roads intersect.
so
Right up here?
And if you want a little more history, when Vicki Hinnenkamp worked at the school,
Is that
she actually
98?
stopped out at my place and we spent a fair bit of time on this thing.
The turkey barn,
Um,
or the chicken barn, the pig barns, or whatever.
There was actually a school building on, so if you're familiar with County Road 98, 281st Avenue goes north off of County Road 98. There's a sow barn there with 3,000 sows. On the north end of that is a little house. That is where there was actually a school building. And so if you talk to old Jim Johnson, he'll tell you that he walked to school there. If you go back to the early 1900s, that's not the legal description that would match where the school would have been or should have been. When you come into, I don't remember, I think into the 60s, then the legal description shows up as the parcel that we're talking about here this evening. The schoolhouse that was on the northern parcel actually is a chicken coop now on the Lion Farm. So the Sydney Lion Farm, the family.
Was that moved there?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Moved off that
Yeah,
part.
okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
There's something there.
Yeah, so,
Was that, what was her name? I don't even know her name. Did she have that as a kind of an antique shop at one time?
no, it's been a chicken coop.
Chicken coop for a long, long
Yeah,
time,
gone
huh?
back into, I don't know, when I was a kid, so the 70s, it was a chicken coop then. Rita Lyon had 100 and some odd chickens and sold eggs and, yeah.
What do you, I mean, basically, just to clean up the title, or do you?
That's all I'm here
It doesn't
for,
look
is
like
to clean up the title.
It's not much used for anything, is it?
No, when I die, I don't want my children to have title issues with my real estate someday. That's the only reason I'm here.
You got a check in your pocket?
Just forgot the check.
But I'm assuming we need signed a notary and
Yes.
we've gotta figure something out there, so.
Yes, I did put together a purchase agreement that, the superintendent has, yes, as well as a quitclaim deed. The, quitclaim deed is what takes care of any argument of ownership back and forth, so we will need that portion signed. The signing of the purchase agreement, I would appreciate, I mean, it would be nice if that were done, but at the end of the day, the quitclaim deed is
There's no cost
really.
to district, you're handling all the legal requirements, right?
We are handling all the bills in regards to everything, we're paying for everything.
All the recording fees and
Yep.
everything that has to be done at the county to clean this up. It really, you guys have been paying, for lack of a better term, taxes on a piece of land that you really can't do anything with. And it just happens to be next to what we bought.
I appreciate you coming to the board meeting, because I just thought it was a very interesting story of all this work you've done into what this parcel of land is and the history in it. And my understanding from the part I did is that you do this and then it's,
What is your recommendation?
I think he offers a very fair deal in that the district really has no benefit in having a stake in this property, and being that he is gonna pay the legal fees, I think it's a generous offer.
You want a resolution on that?
Yeah, we need to vote on it.
Right, but we aren't gonna probably sign anything tonight, don't we? Have to have you guys get together, like in the office tomorrow or with the lawyer or something to make it work or no?
The purchase agreement, we should be able to sign.
Correct.
Oh,
You
she
can-
got it.
Yes,
Okay, then I guess we do need a motion.
I move to approve this sale of this land.
I'll second it.
Jeremiah, is there any discussions? Any further questions?
I wanna thank you too for going through
Yeah.
the work and sitting down and finding it. It's gonna benefit our district, so thank you.
Thank you. Yep.
Thank you, guys.
Any further discussions or questions?
No, I think it's just really honorable to think about your children. I mean, I'm not kidding, I think that's pretty smart.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Gosh.
One more time, any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Congratulations, your new landowners.
What are we gonna put
A
in the
sign?
middle of that road? A sign, sure.
I mean, they're gonna get rid of the, does that road go all the way through?
So
Is that the road that
so
goes all the
here's-
way through?
Here's the piece of property.
Yep.
So you can't even put a deer stand on it. I mean, there's,
Right.
it's nothing, there's no
But that road doesn't go all the way through, right?
You're still gonna have to
281st
clean up with it.
or 275th, that
We
was
just
wrong.
do the purchase agreement
275th comes
tonight.
up to it right here, and
Yeah.
so it's Bradley Brennan McDermott's house right
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, so,
So, but there's not, the road is next to it, right?
I
correct.
have to make sure the purchase.
Yes, this road is up to
Yeah.
one side,
Yeah.
this road goes through it.
So
This
you
is
have
our
to visit
property,
with the
we now
lawyer,
purchase
the
this.
land lawyer.
It's-
The quick claim thing
Yeah,
should be good.
thought there was a
I should
road
double
that-
check
Like, I always thought it was a driveway for something.
that everything is like,
Because I go that
like
way.
you approved a purchase order,
Time.
sure, in that agreement, so I should be able to.
I didn't know it was actually like,
I should be able to do what I need.
Okay,
You.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah, there's never been.
I remember the chicken coop,
Oh, there's never
been a
been.
building.
but where's the chicken coop?
Then you do this.
Right, chicken coop is on the Lions Farm now, it used to be
It used to
right
be
up
over
here.
there, yeah.
I'll need both you and Lori to sign this, right?
Yes.
So,
That's
after
it.
that, I'm thinking
And
it's
purchase
just
agreements
a
tonight.
recording
Tonight,
area.
we quick claim is when the check comes.
Sure that it's all whatever. What I tried on the state high school, Tampa's texting her. Yeah, I tried to like trace it back.
Right.
And then
Well, spend the same as like that's how-
Right, it's just making it a lot easier.
we actually, thank you for doing
That's
that.
why.
Well, yeah, and you never know,
Alright.
it's the right answer.
So we'll figure out what we all gotta sign when and where and how, and we'll get there.
We'll be in touch.
There you go.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next on the list then is school calendar.
Go.
Okay. Take a look at your school calendars.
So again, to recap how we incorporated some feedback. This October date, we moved up parent-teacher conferences, and then we have a PD day on the same day, and the following day is just morning parent-teacher conferences to try to make more availability there. We have a regular PD day over in November like we normally do. We gotta work around deer opener.
Yeah.
We have that day in front of Christmas break and President's Day off. Those ones are gained from these 2 staff days in June, which the other benefit of 2 professional development days in June is that it probably have less of an impact on any family planning for childcare and stuff. And then we have a PD day after the spring parent-teacher conferences. So we do add, I think about 4 total, but only 2 really during the school year, I believe.
So the night parent-teacher conferences, there's still school that day like has been, correct?
This March
Like in
one
the
is like we
October?
normally do, except the next day is a PD day. That's the only
Yeah,
difference.
and then the one in October, like the 29th, when it's at night, they still have school that day and then it's just as normal?
Actually, the 29th one is a professional development day, so the students won't have class.
Okay, and then there's conferences that night?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'll be like a staff day, so hopefully that just gets lots of time to get ready. And then the next day is a shorter day, which should go over pretty well. And so what we're hoping to do with this is work smarter, not harder. They have extra time for alignment and professional development, and one of those days at the end of the school year to do some deep digging into end of year data. So like our MCAs and different things and how we can incorporate that into our planning for the coming year. I'll take any questions on why something may have been done in one particular way or another.
I guess that October one, why no classes on the 29th and the 30th, there's no classes, correct?
Because the 29th I use as a professional development day. So this still staff day.
Right.
And then the morning for the following day is so that we could have parent-teacher conferences for those people that maybe have night shifts and things.
Right.
So I guess like, that's the way I chose, or, because otherwise you could possibly have like a half a staff day on the tail end of that. You certainly probably don't want to bring students back for a half a day, and so.
I guess that's kind of where I was going, is why not do this development on the 30th instead of the 29th and have class on the 29th? I was just asking for some clarification there, I guess.
No, I want you to ask. Mostly because I'd be left with like a half a day that I don't know where I'd put it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't sit and be clever with it, but. Then
You need the full day of development, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
Partially it's to make my math work too.
Okay.
Are snow days?
We still have 2 available in this.
Okay,
Not any more than that.
okay.
We can't add anything extra without messing with that.
Any more thoughts, questions? I would assume we need a resolution, a motion.
Yep. And I mean, if there was something we want to change afterwards, you could take another vote. But like, what would happen is like, we'd start planning around this being the schedule. And put it out there for parents to make their own, vacation plans and different things.
I move to approve the calendar.
I'll second that.
Chuck? Any further discussion or questions, comments? Any further discussion or questions? Any more questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Well, now we know when we're going to school.
Or when our kids are home.
There you go, that too. Okay, policy 410 had to do with that family medical leave, and Tanya talked about that. Yeah. So this is what we have to go by, and if we don't go by this, then we're on our own. But this way we're covered by the state with state policy, et cetera.
The model policy from
Right.
MSBA. Forgot to bring it up earlier, but in the next board meetings, I'm going to move the guests up to before consent agenda. Because when we, for certain things like this is a good example. This 410 could have been a consent agenda item, but technically the public needs to have a chance to like say something if they wanted to. So if somebody came here and they wanted to comment in 410 and we already approved 410 before they commented, that looks a little goofy. So I want to make sure to talk at the board table before moving it around, so I just left it where it was for now. But unless there is a disagreement, me and Jenny will visit and just move that guest portion to before the consent agenda. That way, if there's any particular reason that somebody from the public needed an opportunity to comment on something on the consent agenda, they would have that opportunity.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, because I mean, technically you could pull something off the consent agenda, but like if maybe you didn't, it'd just be cleaner that way.
Is that family leave policy now, is that all cast in stone, or is it still a work in progress, or,
No, it's, people are already taking it.
yeah?
I think they applied before the first of the year even.
It's definitely a thing right now. I'm not sure if I call it cast in stone, but some people would say yes.
And employees, which we are, or employers, we have the option of paying for all of it, or splitting it, or having the employee pay for it, is that correct?
You have to do a minimum of 50-50, and then the remaining portion is negotiable.
Okay.
So you can go up to a full. I'm assuming you could figure out other percentages as well.
If the school district paid the full portion, the 0.88, the 0.44 for the employee then becomes taxable income. So it's of, the teachers or staff might say, yes, we want you to pay the 0.44, but now they're gonna pay taxes on it because it's a taxable, it's taxable income at the 0.44 that they take over.
Well, it's
So it's-
negotiable, it's working in our
Yep.
negotiations too.
The school district has to pay 50%, that's in statute. The school district could pay more than 50%, but then it becomes taxable to the employee. So they're not getting the full benefit if the school district pays 100% anyway.
Yeah.
It's a paperwork delight.
Yeah, I know.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah,
I was like, who
the
does
pay-
that?
Yep, the paid family medical leave functions very similar to unemployment. So you have to do all that paperwork and there's challenges and a lot of fun.
Then it has to be approved, right?
Yeah, though we haven't had a lot of opportunity to see how that functions in practice.
Right.
Because there's been, for example, you're talking that where we're aware of situations where the employer wanted to contest it and they approved it before,
Got it.
reviewing why it was contested.
It didn't sound like there was much that the employer can do.
I don't think there is.
It just
They
said
give you
this is
3
what-
options when somebody applies, you check mark a box. It'll say something like, are all of the things that the employee put on this document true and correct? You can put yes, you can put no, but don't hold up the application, or you can put no, we wanna contest it. And I was at a thing on Friday with legal on this PFML, and another district spoke up, and that's what I had told Daniel and the group, was that another district put on there no and we want to contest it, and the state automatically approved it. Like, they didn't get to put their contest in. And I don't know if the thing is that, okay, we're gonna approve you and then go back a month later and say, now what are you contesting? I don't know what the state's thinking if they're doing that, cause how are you gonna pull the money back? But that's the only 3 things you get to do, is you get to say yes, no, but don't stop it, or no. And then that's it, then the rest of the state takes care of. And then we don't determine anything except reiterate that the dates and stuff they put on there are true. Cause it asks them, when did they start working, when did they notify us, cause they're supposed to give 30 days, was it in writing? You know, the stuff.
Can they pick and choose whatever they wanna do, so, or does it have to be like one lump?
They can pick
Or
and
it can
choose what they
be
wanna do.
like a day here and a day there, and a day here and a day there?
Yeah, they can do 2 weeks here, take 2 weeks off, go another week, take another 2 weeks, and take another week off.
Yeah, like every Friday.
And that's the same with FMLA too, that's not just PFML, FMLA will let you do the intermittent leave as well. So they're running concurrently a lot of places when they have PFML or FMLA, so.
Well, think of the nightmare for the employer too.
It is, because we have to keep a running total per person, because if they're on FMLA, it's a rolling calendar year. So if one person starts June 1st and the next person starts July 13th and the next person starts October 2nd, we have to have that rolling calendar year for each person to make sure they don't take more than their 12 weeks of the protected leave. And then now you have to put them together, FMLA and PFML at the same time, and make sure they don't go over.
And we have to guarantee them their job back, right?
Correct, and you keep their benefits going.
Sounds like a real headache.
And you have to bring in subs. That's the biggest hurdle right now for the principals, is to find the subs for the people that are on PFML.
They did mention though that they didn't necessarily get there, like say that they had a classroom, they don't necessarily get to come back to that classroom.
Nope, they just have to come back to same or similar at the same pay rate.
I mean, but that could be a deterrent for some people. You know, I mean, emergency is emergency.
Right.
You know, you can't help it, but if you're just playing with it. I can't see many teachers playing with it, that'd be really hard to leave your your students and, I don't know. I see the looks, I don't know.
If you have kids though, I mean, because you could, so for instance, there are people that take 2 weeks off, and then their husband takes next week off, just so they get that bonding time with their kids. It's not unheard of, so.
Yeah, there's definitely scenarios where it's beneficial to the person, people dealing with like, cancer treatments and stuff. But you also have to think about like, what else can people do with it, so. And what are the management options on the district's end, which we really don't have any other than to say what you filled out was true and correct or not.
I should know this answer, but I don't. Are we paying ours or are you just paying ours, school board members?
You'll be paying your .44. And the district pays the other .44. You're the same as the whole staff is the full staff.
Okay.
So we could take 12 weeks off.
We can.
Whoa, we did. Or a week here, or every Friday, or.
Once a month, every third month.
Every third Monday of the month, I want that off. Crazy. So, any other interesting reading you wanna do on that policy?
No.
Is this where we have to approve, or are we still on the reading?
This would be approve.
All
I'll
right,
make a
so,
motion to approve it.
okay, Lori,
I'll second it.
we have any further discussion? Any further discussions? Any further discussions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Right?
Linda,
Yahoo!
the sections is in Sauk Rapids Rice High School.
Woo-hoo, not too far away. Good. Basically, right. Well, I think we're on to the last thing on the agenda, I think. The donations list, so I'll try to read fast. Thank you all to these folks, make sure it gets in the minutes, to all these folks that donate to us, it's wonderful. American Legion Post 12, Long Prairie gave $700 to Activity Day. The Trailer Center gave $300 to Activity Day. Grego Bertram Lions gave $1,000 to the Traveling Boys Basketball, the youth basketball. Minnesota Dark Horse and Angling Association, the Heartland Chapter gave $300 to the Activity Day. Elaine Christensen gave $50 to the Bill Knack Scholarship. Dr. Jean and Dr. William Knack gave $60 to the Knack Scholarship. Grego Bertram Lions gave $1,000 to the Activity Day. Joshua Johnson gave $50 to the Stan Hortness Memorial Scholarship. CTC gave $100 to the Secondary Activity Day. The Lions of Long Prairie gave $500 to the Activity Day. The Lions of Long Prairie gave $1,000 to the youth basketball. All American Publishing gave $698.40 to the Letter Club. Trinity Lutheran Church Ladies Circle gave $100 to the Activity Day. Napa gave $50 to the Weight Room fundraiser. East West Realty of Long Prairie gave $75 to the Activity Day. Hometown Abstract and Title LLC gave $75 to the Activity Day. Lions of Long Prairie gave $500 to the Ice Fishing Activity Day. And Long Prairie Lions gave $1,000 to the Weight Room fundraiser. Thank you again to all those wonderful things, and I will entertain a motion to accept the donations.
I'll make that motion.
Chuck,
I'll second it.
Lori, any discussions? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
On Soldier Field, we should take a vote to postpone to the February meeting.
Okay, I'll make a motion to postpone to the February meeting.
I'll second it.
Postpone, or can I say table? What do you want to do?
See,
Whatever.
postpone means you specifically are taking it up at another
Okay.
meeting, where table is technically like later in the
Later in the
meeting,
same
or like you could bring it back next time, but it's not like inherently,
Okay.
it's not a given. The postpone is like we are going to take it back up.
Okay. Any further discussion on that? Nope, wait. Motions. Who did it? Lori and Tom. Okay, any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? We're going to postpone until next meeting, the ice rink business. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we're done. Thank you, thank you.